Hello, welcome to everyone to this presentation and training video. My name is Léna. I work in Ma Petite Planète, and today I will explain you how to set up the game Ma Petite Planète school version in your class or in your school. So first of all, let me introduce you our team. Ma Petite Planète is an association created in 2020 by Christian, Mathilde and Clément. They wanted to raise awareness among their friends and family about ecology and about eco-gestures, but they didn't really know how to do that. So they had this idea to create a game and so that it can be the most motivating collective experience about ecology. And today the team has grown a lot. We have many divisions. We have the corporate division, the web development division, because the game is on an app. We'll talk about that later. And the communication and partnership division. And of course, the school division, because know that there are different versions of the game, one for adults, one for companies, and one for schools. And so now we are 6 in the school division because we help teachers to set up the game in the classes, and we have many teachers interested and many students who want to play. So we are thrilled about that. We also have a wonderful community of volunteers. For the school division, we have volunteers who are teachers who used to play to Ma Petite Planète, and now they help us to ensure that the game is adapted. They help us look for resources. So we are really grateful to have them. And if you're interested in volunteering, we are always really happy for you to join us. So about the game, Ma Petite Planète is a game which proposes to carry out ecological challenges over a period of 3 weeks between friends or family and classmates for the school version. And our mission is to raise awareness and make as many people as possible to take action, to take concrete action for the preservation of the environment through the achievement of very concrete challenges, eco-gestures, which are everyday life ecological challenges. So I'll show you some examples later. Our ambition for the school version of the game is to become a reference game in France, but also in Europe on ecological action, and one of the educational projects that can be proposed to school to raise awareness about ecology. About Ma Petite Planète contribution, why Ma Petite Planète is great, basically, beyond the fact that we accelerate change towards more respectful practices of the environment. That's the main objective, of course, but also the game mechanics allows to create a motivating collective experience. It allows to create links and to have a whole community of students, teachers, but also parents all together for a common goal during 3 weeks. So that's really, really important about our game. So why raising awareness about ecology through a game? Well, students who understand the moment as a game anticipate it to be fun and to be a good moment, and so know that emotions influence receptivity. So the students are going to be more motivated, and through the game, of course, they'll acquire new knowledge, but they also learn to develop transversal skills such as teamwork, listening, expression, and so on and so on. Also know that our game meets the United Nations Sustainable Goals. So here are a few you can see on the screen that you will find in the game. So it's really important for us to be in an international perspective of education on the environment. How to play? Really concretely, you will have a league made up of 10 to 40 students. For primary school, it's easier to have one class equal one team. And for the secondary school, you can divide players into teams of 5 or 6 students. And in any case, you can have a team of teachers. So we encourage you to play as well, because it's always more motivating, even for the students. And so the goal for everyone during 3 weeks is to win as many points as possible by completing as many challenges as possible. So how to play? Of course, very important. The game is adapted to the age of students from 3 years old to 18 years old. So basically from kindergarten to high school. And so we have different versions of the game for that. One from 3 years old to 7 years old, one from 8 years old to 10 years old. 11 years old to 14 years old, and 15 years old to 18 years old, so that everyone can play to this game. So the media, how to play concretely, the game board is an app. So it's the main interface of the game. It's only for you teachers, so students won't have access to this app, and you will have access to the teams, the list of challenges and the explanations of the challenges, the system of point validation, the general ranking. So you will have everything on this game board. And aside from that, you will have to create a class conversation. Oh, sorry, what happened? Okay, now it's okay. So you will have also to create a class conversation. It's only between you and your students, or their parents, of course, for the youngest. And so you can choose the app of your choice for this conversation. And in this conversation, students or the parents will share the proof of the challenges required to validate the challenges. And of course, it's also a way to keep everyone motivated and allow the students to see what their classmates are doing. So yeah, it's a good way to keep everyone motivated during the 3 weeks. And yes, you will also have resources for you as teachers. We will give you access to a link where you will have all of the rules and useful documents. We also have questions and answers. So yeah, you will have everything so that it can be easy for you. And of course, we'll remain available if you have more questions. And about questions, you will also have to join us on Slack. So Slack is to communicate with us, the team of Ma Petite Planète. So you can be in touch with us before, during, and after the challenge. We have different channels, one for questions. You can ask anything on this channel. One with important announcements from Ma Petite Planète. So we'll give you important information. And one, you can share pictures and videos for us. With us. So of course, with the consent, with image rights and so on and so on, we are really careful about that. And you don't have to do it. It's not obligatory. It's only if you want to. And we are always really happy to receive pictures in the team. So it was about the Slack, and now the steps to play. So 3 steps, really simple. First of all, you have to register and to create your classes and your teams. Then you have 3 weeks of playtime, and then the end of the challenge. So for the steps, for the registration, you can pre-register with a form before the edition, and you can also only register on the app a few days before or during the edition, a few days before, because before that, if you do it like 1 month before, we won't have the last version of the app, so you'll have to download it again. So it's as you prefer, but you can also register directly on the app. And then during the 3 weeks of playtime, well, first of all, we will help you to present the game to the students on the D-Day. And then during 3 weeks, the students will have to validate as many challenges as possible, the ones they want. Nothing is mandatory. And they will post the proof in the class conversation, and then you will have to register and to count the points in the app. Then the end of the challenge, after 3 weeks of this great experience, this great adventure, we will reveal the general ranking, and we also have rewards for the winning classes with some gifts. And so how to play? We have many categories, many challenges, because the objective is to act on a maximum amount of themes related to the preservation of the planet, and to adapt to everyone, so that everyone can do something and make efforts in different fields, different themes. So we have, for instance, food, mobility, water, biodiversity, creation, with more creative challenges such as writing a poem or writing a song, and many more to discover, but I won't tell you everything today. You'll have to discover it by yourself by joining us. And so about the impact of the school game, today we already had 4 editions, so it represents almost 3,000 classes who joined us to play. It's an amount of more than 70,000 people. And I'm very proud to say that we achieved, well, no, students and teachers achieved the 1 million challenges who have been achieved. So we are really happy about that, and there are many more to come. Here is a little map to show you where our players are located. So of course you'll see it's mainly in France, but also more and more internationally, which is great because it's always more motivating for the students to see that people are playing from everywhere. And of course, because climate change is, as you know, an international matter, it's not only in some frontiers. About the dates, a reminder of the dates for the next edition. So it starts on the week of November 14, between Monday and Friday, because some of you don't have the students every day, so you can start between the Monday and Friday. And then the end is 3 weeks later, so between Monday 5th of December and Friday 9th of December. And so during these 3 weeks, you have to animate the game and validate the challenges for the students. And here is the last video of the edition. It's always better to see in images. So if you want to motivate some colleagues to participate and to join you for the next edition, you can also show them this video because it's really motivating. You will see many students realizing some challenges. So yeah, it's always great. Okay, here is the game interface, a little more to explain you how it works. Don't worry, it's supposed to be easy, and if you have any problems, we are here to help you. So you will have access to this app when you download it on your phone, or you can access it on the computer too. And you will have access to the list of challenges you see here with different categories, and for each category you have all of the challenges, and when you click on one of them, you have the explanation, why is this challenge? So we really try to explain and to put some resources, and then you can validate the challenge for some students. So here is the game interface for teams. So you will have all of your team. I'm sorry, it's in French, but it's the same. All of the app will be in English for the people playing in English. So you will have team 1, team 2, team 3, and you will have to put your students in each team. And then you can choose a little animal for your team with an explanation. So it's really fun. You can choose with your students if you want. And here you can have many classes. So in my classes, you'll see that, for instance, here there are 3 classes. And so you can click to switch from one classes to another. And you have the general ranking here. It will be in real time updated. And of course, you have a place of help, assistance. So you can join the Slack. It's on the app. You just have to click, and then it leads you to the Slack to communicate with us. And you also have a form if you have any problems or any suggestions or improvements, or also bugs of the app, because it can happen. The app is quite recent, so if something is wrong, you have to tell us. And here is the printable list of challenges for students, because as I said before, the app is only for you teachers. And for the students, you will have to print a list of challenges. So you will give it to them, and they will have all of the challenges on this list. Of course, for the youngest, it's for the parents. And every time they will have the challenge, the proof required, the points it can give, and the maximum amount of repetitions, because one challenge can be repeated many times. For example, here it's 3. And at the end of this list, you have a code here or a link. It's for the students or for their parents to have access to the explanations of the challenges. So we really make an effort to explain each time for each challenge why we have this challenge, and we put some resources with video and some articles. So we really encourage you to say to the students to go read them, or to the parents to. And it's also for you if you want to learn more, of course, and you can also show it to your students. And yeah, to finish, our advice and good practice, if you accept them, your mission as teacher or referent leading this game during 3 weeks will be to coordinate your class or your classes and to animate the game, of course, during 3 weeks. You can prepare the launch of the game. We do some videos, some meetings, sorry, in real time. So if you want to join, you can, of course. If you cannot, we will also have some videos to give it to your students. And in any case, we encourage you to create a time dedicated to the launching of the game in your class to explain and to say, okay, let's go for 3 weeks. So you can do this as you want, of course. During the game, you can report any problems and suggestions to the team. And you will have to choose the tool of the conversation to exchange proof and messages. So you have to do that before the game starts. And yeah, we advise you to connect to Slack to be in touch with us and to see important information. We also have a newsletter by email during the challenge, so you will receive the information. And yeah, then you have to print the list of challenges as soon as you receive it. We will try to give you as soon as possible before the start of the game. And then we can ask you to have the parents sign the parental authorization for the use of the image rights for minors. And you don't have to share any picture with us once again, but it's always better to make this authorization signed. And then you can update the class on the counter. We have a general counter of all of the challenges which are being realized by everyone playing. We also have a ranking, so it's up to you if you want to show it or not, if you think it can motivate the students. We insist more on the collaborative aspects of the game, but we know that sometimes, especially for the secondary, it can be a way to motivate the students to show the ranking, to have the competitive aspects of it. So it's up to you. And yeah, maybe it's easier also for you to ask students or their parents to state the number of the challenge completed so that you can find it really easily on the app. It's easier this way. And I think I'm done. Here are the upcoming dates of the next editions. So the next one is starting on the week of 14th of November for 3 weeks. And the next one will take place in March. So feel free to join us for one of them or both of them, of course, and to talk about it to your colleagues, because it's always better to be as many as possible. So I hope you are motivated and that everything was clear about this presentation. If you have any questions, you can ask us by email, or you will find us also on Slack. Don't hesitate to contact us, and I really hope you will have a good time and you will enjoy Ma Petite Planète Challenge. Thank you very much for listening to me, and see you very soon. Bye.